Welcome, everybody, to the Dong Report, where I give out my favorite MLB home run bets of the day. As for me, my name is Matt Modi with Jedi Modi Sports Betting, and let's talk dongs. So I'm recording this a day early. I'm recording this the night before the Monday betting slate. So if you see this come out early, that's why. To do a recap from technically today's picks on Sunday, not great. I gave out 9 picks on this YouTube channel. I only went 1 in 8 for today's picks, and I ended the day down 4.75 units. So not great from that. Overall, that brings our total profit down to $20.50 with an ROI of 6.24%. Hopefully, we can get back today, or I guess I should say for Monday's games, what we lost for Sundays. As for Monday's slate, I got 5 picks for you guys. There's only 6 games being played on Monday, so not a huge selection to choose from, but I was able to find 5. Real quick, before we get into it, while you're here, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already, while also clicking that like button helps me out a ton, and commenting. Let me know what you think of my picks, if you like them, if you're tailing, if there's somebody that you like to hit a home run that I don't have, you can comment and let me know as well. But all of the interactions and stuff, if you're enjoying the videos, helps me out a ton. Now, before I get into these home run picks, I try to mention this at the beginning of every video as much as I can. The stats that you hear me talk about, specifically talking about batters, I talk about ISO rate. That stands for isolated power, which essentially measures how much power a batter gets when they actually hit the ball, how much power they have. And then I also look at barrel rate, which essentially measures how well a batter hits the barrel of the bat when they do make contact. How often do they make good contact? Because if you put those two together, good contact plus power equals dongs. That's why I like to look at them. So let's get into these picks. As I mentioned, I have 5 for you guys today. Starting off, I got 2 in the Reds versus Orioles game. First play, we are taking Anthony Santander to hit a home run. That is at plus 350 odds at FanDuel. Now, this game, from a weather perspective, looking at Ballpark Pal, is incredibly juicy for home runs to be hit. One of the biggest positive percent correlated games I've ever seen from a weather perspective. And again, this is according to ballparkpal.com. So I will have 2 picks in this game. Both of them are going to be for the Orioles. So first up, obviously, Anthony Santander, as I mentioned, but I first want to talk about the Reds pitcher. He stinks. In his last 4 starts in June, he's given up a total of 6 home runs. The guy's terrible. End of discussion about Brandon Williamson. He's bad. Now looking at Santander, he mashes left-handed pitching specifically. Now he's good overall, so it's not like he's only good against left-handed pitchers, but he's significantly better against lefties. His ISO rate, again, specifically against lefties, is up to 23.8%. Overall, it's at 22.3, so a little bit of an uptick in terms of his power. Looking at his barrel rate, that sits at a pretty good 10.7%. So if he can make any sort of contact in this one, he should be able to smack one deep because of the weather, because of the batter, as our first pick, cashing it for us. Next up, again, another Oriole. We are looking at Gunnar Henderson to hit a home run. That is at plus 470 odds at FanDuel. And just to say, all of these picks are going to be on FanDuel because they come out with odds the earliest. So obviously another batter for the Orioles with Henderson. Obviously he has the same pitching matchup, that same terrible pitching matchup. When I say terrible, I mean for the Reds. And he's another good young player for the Orioles. He's only 21 years old, which is crazy how good the Orioles are with how young they are. But he's got 11 home runs on the year, and he's got 2 in his last 10 games. Now looking at his ISO rate and his barrel rate, he is considered great on both, with a 21.6% ISO rate and a 12.9% barrel rate, so even better barrel rate than Santander. He is absolutely going to hit a dong for us, cashing this second pick. Next up, I will have 3 picks in the Brewers versus Mets game. The first one, Willie Adams to hit a home run. That is at plus 430 odds, again, at FanDuel. So I mentioned 3 picks in this game. 2 of them are going to be on the Brewers, starting with Adams. Now, pitching for the Mets is Justin Verlander. Name value, he's an ace, won multiple Cy Youngs. You don't want to mess with him, except this year, you do kind of want to mess with him. He's having a bad year. He's made 9 starts on the year, so plenty of time to get his crap together. And he really hasn't been good. He's got a 4.50 ERA and has given up 8 home runs in 52 innings pitched. Looking at Adames, he's got decent power, not as great as the other two. He's got 12 home runs on the year, and he has 2 in his last 10 games. Now, both of them came in the same game on June 23rd, so it would be nice if he could keep the hot streak alive for us. Smacking one deep, hopefully he should be able to take Verlander yard. Next up, another player on the Brewers is William Contreras. That is at plus 470 odds at FanDuel. So again, another player on the Brewers, going with Contreras. Now, this is his first year on the Brewers, which admittedly isn't going great for him, as he only has 8 home runs on the year and he's got 1 in his last 10 games. Same pitching matchup, still not scared of Verlander. And Contreras has been able to show flashes of power. So it's not like he's just a total noodle bat out there. He's got a barrel rate of 10.4%, right in the great category. And he's had a barrel rate of over 10% every year of his career. So I'm confident that he does get good wood when he hits the ball. Hopefully he can get one deep to cash a dong for us. Last pick of the evening, a player on the Mets. We are going with Pete Alonso to hit a home run plus 330 odds at FanDuel. Now he's our last pick of the evening. Also probably the juiciest. He was the only one that I got to hit a home run for Sunday's slate. So obviously we are backing him to go 2 in a row. On the other side of the mound, pitching for the Brewers is Colin Ray, another pitcher that I'm not scared of. His home run per 9 inning rate is 1.44. He's got a home run to fly ball ratio of 14.3%. Now those numbers aren't horrible. He's definitely not one of the worst pitchers in the MLB. It's also not one of the best either. Those numbers also aren't great, so kind of in the middle. But what is great, what I do love, are Pete Alonso's power numbers, because the guy is just crazy. He's hit 2 home runs since he came back from injury about a week ago, so plenty of time to kind of get himself back acclimated. And the guy, I mean, talk about elite power numbers. He's got an ISO rate of 30.4%, and having one over 30% is crazy. He's one of only 4 players that has a isolated power rate above 30%. He's also got an excellent barrel rate of 16%. If you remember, anything between 10 and 15 on barrel rate is considered great. Anything above that is considered excellent. He's at 16%. That's excellent. Let's look for Pete Alonso to go back-to-back, cashing this 5th and final pick for us. That's all I got. 5 picks for you guys, depending on who it is. If we can even get one of them to hit a home run, then we will be profitable. If we get 2, we are guaranteed to be profitable. But if we're being honest, we're probably going to get all 5. Put that in a parlay. You will be rich enough to get something really good. That's all I got. Regardless, 5 picks for you guys. If you're tailing, remember to comment and let me know. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.